All right.
All right, cool.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Ready.
No, we'll see.
All right. This is Paul Ross, guys. What's your name?
My name is Paul Ross.
All right. That's good. What do you do?
I dance for a living. Everything I do is basically towards dance. Breathe dance, do dance. Okay, so I'm involved with a lot of dance projects, right? It's just a lot of dancing.
Dancing school.
Dancing school.
I agree. Dancing is cool.
Ah.
I'm sorry. So, all right. The first question actually leads into that. What were the main reasons for you to choose dancing as a professional career?
Oh man. Well, dance started off as a hobby. As it does for a lot of people. I just got really into it, and I got comfortable with it to a certain point. And then one of the teams I was on, it was actually called Formality. My director at the time, Eric, he was talking to me about. I was having a conversation with him. I was like, I think I had seen like a music video, maybe a Justin music video, Timberlake, and then I talked to him about it. I was like, hey, like, damn, I wish I could get the opportunity to like, dance up there and like, dance along with like an artist and like, feel cool. He's like, you could do that. And then it was kind of like an inception, such a simple idea. He's like, you could do that, right? All you have to do is just, go up to LA, get an agent, and then audition for it. Just like how you do auditioning for a team. And I was like, is that all you have to do? Like, just go to LA, get an agent? And I was like, okay. So at that point, I was like, you know what, like maybe, like since I'm pretty comfortable at this and I could, I can move comfortably, I might as well, try to attempt it. If I can make money doing what I love, it wouldn't feel like much of work. So like that kind of inspired me to get into the business. As far as doing this for a living, it just kind of fell on my lap at the same time. So I mean, I was able to get opportunities to teach abroad, and I just kind of took it in, and now it's become this thing where it's a consistent thing, and it's really great. Yeah.
All right. So we know right now you're kind of up there as one of the best dancers in my opinion on this earth right here, right? But have there ever been any big struggles in your career?
Yeah, I mean, like when I first got on my team, or like career as in like just dance in general, I just consider my whole journey as a dancer, like that career. The struggles were just like being the underdog, like trying to live up to people's expectations, or just like having the courage to step into class with people that have been in the game for so long, or like people that have been taking class for years. It's hard to get into class, especially in LA. Like, yeah, LA is right there for you, but like actually having the motivation to get in there and actually like take class next to them is scary. So like that's something that I had to like, overcome, just like the fear of like being judged, the fear of like messing up in front of a bunch of people. Like, but then at the end of the day, no one's judging you. Everyone's there like, learning too. In their head, they might be killing it, but at the same time, there might be, oh shoot, I hope nobody sees me messing up, So, yeah, the biggest struggle is just, fear to actually go in and like, get better.
Right.
Yeah.
And what about your family? Has your family always supported you, or did they maybe have some worries about your choice of career?
Well, they always supported me. They always feel like, I should be able to do what I love, but they always, stress school. They want something that I can fall back on. They don't want me to fail as an adult, so they want like a backup plan. They want to be able to know that, if dance doesn't work out, I can always, get a regular job because of my degree. Because it's so hard in America now to get a job without like your college degree. So, but for the most part, they supported me. After a while, it got kind of too much. I was asking money for gas, I was asking money for class, and then eventually like, she just kind of got slower and slower, and then I had to find my own means of, getting there. And that was, either finding a regular job or making friends so I could maybe guest classes, like any way you can to take class, like I was willing to do. But yeah, for the most part, my parents supported me 100%. Financially, maybe not 100%, but like true to their heart, yeah, they wanted me to succeed. They just want me to be successful, that's it.
All right.
Yeah.
For the next question, just give us your most amazing moment as a teacher and your most amazing moment on stage.
I have really bad memory, so I have moments. It's always the moment I walk into class and seeing the reaction on people's faces, whether it be bad, whether it be good, like just the reaction from people's faces, like because it's still like something new to me, like to be able to travel for this type of work, like to be able to like leave the country to just like teach a dance class is like, it's already like enough. And like the expectation of people, like when you walk into a class, like that's always like my favorite moment whenever I teach. What was the second part of that question?
Your most amazing moment on stage.
On stage. Okay, so this one's more recent. This was a past Body Rock show. As you know, like if you were following Cookies, our director Keone just left. So that was like one of his last performances, and although like he wanted us to like end on a happy note, like it was just surreal, like knowing like, because we know he was gonna leave. He told us like months in advance. So being up on that stage and just like having everybody come together for that final moment. We have this moment where we're on stage and we're looking at the backdrop as part of our set. So we're like, our backs are turned to the audience, but we're looking up at this backdrop. At the same time, Keone's like, you know, like this dance god right on top of this stage. For me, I call him Dance God. You don't have to call him that. I call him Dance God. So he's like standing up on the stage. We're all looking at him, and it's not just like the fact that like it's all these like memories that flash back of him training us. Not the fact that he's leaving, but it's just like all those memories of like, you know, hard work and just like struggle, him yelling at us. Like it's just like it's not gonna be there anymore. Like the fact that that wasn't available to us, and the fact that we were losing like an asset and a friend of the company, it just kind of like. That was my favorite moment on stage. Like that was the first time I actually like cried on stage. I was like, but then I had to cry like as much as I could before I turned back around. So you know. But yeah, that was my favorite moment on stage. So that was like June 2015 for Body Rock. Absolute favorite moment.
All right, the next question kind of goes in the same direction. What was your favorite cookie show so far?
My favorite cookie show. Probably my first ever performance with Cookies. We did this showcase that company throws called Urban Paradise, and each year they invite Cookies and a couple of other guests, people from SoCal, to come up and dance at this showcase. And it was my first showcase, and like as a cookie. And I always looked up to people on GRV and like CADC. And the company, like I always look up to them for inspiration too. So they were all in the same show, and the fact that I was able to be on Cookies at the same time and perform my first set in front of them, and like and to be part of such a great show, like that was like probably my favorite like time performing with Cookies, is that first ever like performance. That was in 2010. It was a throwback set, so it was a bunch of like, you know, favorite pieces put into one, but nonetheless, it was still, you know, my favorite cookie show ever. That first one. You guys know tortilla chips? Yeah,
right.
I know tortilla chip. Yeah.
I think I remember that because I've been watching.
This one. Dum, dum.
Yeah. That part I don't remember, but.
Yeah.
So you've been teaching dancers all around the world. Have you ever encountered any kind of like universal problems or many dancers seem to have?
I think probably just mannerisms in class. Like everyone has a way of like paying attention in class. Some people don't say anything at all. Some people like react to everything. You know, and this just like finding that medium where I can kind of communicate with the class, where they'll react to like a joke, at the same time they can like pay attention right away. So I try to find that like, you know, that medium, so I can like, you know, connect with the class, because it's hard. Like I don't know if I'm being funny when I'm trying to be funny, and I don't know if like things are getting out clear, because like you guys are doing, like I'm just talking and you guys are like staring back at me. So I'm not sure. Sometimes it doesn't register, because you know, usually like you'd be like, yeah. Like, okay, but then like sometimes just like, okay. But yeah, the common thing is just like how people focus. Yeah, is the difference between where I go to. Yeah.
All right. Now, if someone would decide to try and become a professional dancer, what are the most important things he or she has to know, and do you just have any tips in general for them?
to be a professional dancer, I think you just can't forget why you dance. You can't forget why you started. I mean, unless you started to become a professional dancer, but you should love what you do, and like that, and you should have a passion for it, because there's going to be days where like dance is going to be hard, like classes are going to be hard. You're not always going to be like that #1 choreographer. If you were that #1 choreographer, there's always going to be someone working harder than you. So you got to have to like know that as a professional dancer, you're gonna have to be prepared for downtimes. And also as a professional dancer, you're gonna need to do more than just, you know, the regular taking class. Like when you're a professional, like say you're a professional athlete, you don't just play basketball whenever you feel like it, you know? Like these guys are in Kobe's in like all night, goes to sleep at 7 a.m., probably wakes up at 10 a.m., you know, like to train again and like play basketball. And they're on the road like, you know, 150 days out of the year, whatever the hell. Like, you know, it takes dedication and extra work. Like if you're gonna be a strong dancer, you're gonna have to like exercise outside of dance. You're gonna have to take classes that you're not comfortable with, because you have to be well-rounded in this industry. You have to be able to adapt to different kinds of things so that you can work more jobs. Like it's a cutthroat industry, and like you can't, like it's gonna be hard sticking to one style and making it like financially. So yeah, to be professional, it's just, you know, it comes with a lot of dedication, and it comes with a lot of like consistent hard work. Yeah, and most of all, like through that hard work, you just got to remember like why you do it. Like you do it because you love it. Have that passion, so that dance is not just a job for you all the time. It's, you know, fun. Yeah, and then training will be fun too. I mean, eventually it's just like taking class. Like the more you work out, like the easier it becomes. It's just kind of like second nature. Like, oh, okay, I gotta work out. Sorry, I can't go right now. I got to do my 25-minute run. It's just 25 minutes a day, but like once you get used to it, it's super easy. Yeah. Just be mindful, like you got to work hard. Like as a professional dancer, you can't just take it easy, unless you're just gifted like that. Then, yeah.
All right, last question. This is kind of a deep one, so deep talk right now. Okay. Is there any goal you'd like to achieve as a dancer, or maybe just in life in general?
My #1 goal right now is to be able to survive, sustain a family through dance. I want to be able to provide for, I mean, not just like my immediate family, but I want to be able to bring the community together into one, and like, you know, create that friendliness and that like, you know, camaraderie, like how, you know, it used to be through dance. I want to be able to like, I want to be able to connect people through class, like without, you know, having people go against each other, you know, like a lot of the like community nowadays, like internationally, like they're just, a lot of them dance for themselves, which is good, but also like you got to remember, like you have to bring in people. You have to learn how to like, you know, take in, give everyone a chance, like be kind to everyone, like yeah, I mean, just like the community part of it, like not so like cutthroaty or like not so competition based, but yeah. So I guess to sum it up, like if there is a goal that I wanted to do, I just wanted to make the world a more community, like more community through dance, and like more friendships through dance, rather than like competition. Yeah.
Beautiful goal.
Yeah.
So thank you very much.
Thank you, bro.
Thanks. That was
Just cut it out until we do this part.
But still, thank you very much for the class today.
Thank you, man.
I loved it.
Thank you, bro. Yay! Appreciate it.